right now. Hey, class of 21, welcome to your senior meeting. This is Mr. Campbell, the activity coordinator and the co-advisor of your senior class. So today we'll be going over senior information and what the rest of your year will look like. So I'm going to pass it off to Scribner now.
Hey, I'm Ms. Scribner, the other co-advisor for the senior class, and we have a lot of information to pack into this session, so you might want to take some notes while we go. We will try to make this PowerPoint available to you as soon as we get done. After this meeting, as soon as you log off Teams, we are asking you to check your email. Check your email, your school email, as soon as we end this call. There's some forms we need you to fill out. You're probably going to say, I've already done this information, but we need you to fill this out while we have everybody in the same space. So yeah, we're going to do that at the end. So just hang on once the call ends. And now here's your counselor, head counselor.
Hey everyone, it's Miss Salee. I am the head counselor at Cleveland High School, and I've worked with most of you and some of you this year with if you have a full-time Running Start schedule. And I will also be monitoring the chat. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop it in chat, and we can hopefully answer it for you as well.
Okay, so here's just kind of a rundown of what we're going to be talking about. We're going to go over graduation and all the rules and guidelines, and I think Principal Breland is going to have something to say about that. We're going to talk about caps and gowns, the senior checkout and what that's going to look like, and then a few housekeeping items at the end. As we go through this presentation, I just, for those of you who don't know me, I'm also the yearbook advisor. So my photo archives are very, very deep. So you will find pictures of yourself throughout this presentation from your freshman year. So pay close attention. Yeah, so y'all are graduating. It's here. Y'all are about 4 weeks away from graduation. We really, really, really need you to start checking your school email. If you're not using your school email, when you fill out the form at the end, then you need to indicate that you're using a different email. The last message that I sent out to the senior class, only 56% of the class opened it. So I'm a little worried that y'all are not getting the information that you need to be ready for graduation. So please just make sure you're checking your school email. So graduation, we will have our own rehearsal. Typically, you would have a graduation rehearsal the morning of graduation, but they are packing a lot of ceremonies into one day, so Memorial Stadium will not be available. So we're going to have rehearsal the morning or the afternoon of our graduation. So at noon, after you do your online classes, oh, y'all are not going to have online classes. Right before the ceremony, you're going to come to the school. We're going to meet at the playfield. Do not bring your friends. Please try not to bring any family. We have to reinforce the COVID safety protocols. So no stragglers. The only people who will be allowed at the playfield are the seniors and the staff members who are working to show y'all how we're going to have the field set up at Memorial Stadium. So we will have to improvise. You will have to use your imagination. The field, if you've gone to a graduation at Memorial Stadium before, the field is going to be set up quite differently from what it normally looks like. So while rehearsal is not required, it is highly, highly, highly encouraged that you do try to make it Tuesday, June 15th at noon down at the Cleveland Playfield. The ceremony is going to start at 8 o'clock. This is the first time that I've been at Cleveland that we have a ceremony that's the last one of the evening. So it'll be a little bit dark by the time our ceremony starts at 8 p.m. You need to be there by 6:45, no later than 6:45. We can, or no later than 7. And we don't know where the staging area is going to be yet, but once we find that out, we'll have a little area set up for you where y'all are supposed to meet and kind of get ready. Friends and families will not be allowed in the staging area. This is going to be a very, very, very tight show. The ceremony is only going to be an hour long. The guest limit is 4 people per family. So if you have 5 people and one of them's a little baby, they're not going to care. They are not going to let you in with more than 5 people or more than 4 people. So we don't want your family turned away at the door at the ceremony. So that's why we wanted parents to be here. Just know, like, Cleveland people will not be running the gate at Memorial Stadium. These will be district employees. So we don't want you to miss the ceremony because y'all aren't following the rules. Families will need to stay in their assigned seating area. There's not going to be a lot of clumping of people together or you picking your seats. You'll have tickets where you'll be assigned. There will be people making sure you're seated in your area. The ceremony is only going to be an hour long. And then as soon as the graduation is over, y'all have to exit the stadium immediately. So y'all need to pick a spot where your family can meet you. I don't know that they're going to have that fountain area open where people typically spill out after the graduation. It's pretty much, we have your ceremony, you get your diploma, you exit, and you need to have a place where your family can meet you somewhere in the parking lot. So just be mindful that, you know, it's going to be 200 students times 4 family members per student. It's going to be a lot of people, so just make sure you know where everybody will be. Mr. Breland, do you want to say anything about the rules?
I think you covered everything. Hello, everybody. Once again, I just want to reiterate, get your stuff in on time. Everything that Ms. Scribner and Mr. Campbell asked you to do, please do that. I want to stress, a baby is considered a full-grown person, so they're not letting babies sit on people's laps. So there's 4 people. Baby's considered a person, and we know that, but especially in this particular environment. So follow all procedures and protocols, make sure you have a mask on and all of that. So if you're not going to attend or your family is so big that people can't attend, SPS TV will be streaming it live. So they'll have to watch on SPS TV. We'll get that information out, and you'll be entering the northeast tunnel, which is where the football players enter on the bottom side, but we'll get more details. But make sure that you check your emails like Ms. Scribner said, because, you know, your parents would be angry with me. I already know it. So not because of something that I did, because you did. I don't want to get that information. So take care of your business now, not your business, but your business. That's old school. Love y'all.
Okay, some of the questions that are popping up in the chat, we will address those later in the presentation, so just hang tight for a second. Mr. Campbell is going to announce your commencement speakers that have been selected.
Yes. So here are your speakers at graduation. So we'll have 2 student speakers, along with your principals. So we have Mohammed Qasim and Eva Zhang. So these are your student speakers that will be at your graduation. I know, Eva, I'm trying my best not to clown on you, but it's really cool to see that picture of you as a freshman and seeing how much you've grown. So these will be your speakers. We will be working with them to get their speeches ready here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, so Muhammad and Eva, if y'all are out there watching, I will be in contact with you to help you work on your speech and polish it up. But very good job. So I'm looking forward to having your seniors hear your speeches. They were both very good. So congratulations to your commencement speakers. There will also be a keynote speaker who's a former Cleveland grad. So it should be a pretty dynamic lineup for your speakers. Okay, caps and gowns. This has been a thorn in my side these last couple of weeks. There's only so much I and Mr. Campbell can control with the cap and gowns. National Achiever is the person to call with information about your cap and gowns. Like, they deliver the stuff to us and we hand it out. I have no idea what you ordered. I don't know what should be in your bag. All I know is they send the stuff to us. I have a list, and that's how it gets handed out. For those about 9 people who still have not picked up their gowns that have already been paid for and are ready for pickup, everybody's going to pick their stuff up now on June 2nd. So if you have not picked up your cap and gown, or if you ordered it late, June 2nd will be the next day to pick it up. If you don't pick it up on June 2nd, then you'll have to get it on June 8th at senior checkout. But we would prefer you try to get all of that stuff taken care of before June 2nd so that it can be ready for you to pick up on the 2nd. The things that we can help you with, if a couple of people we know dropped the tassels out of your bag and we picked them up from the parking lot. So if you opened your bag and you didn't have your tassel, it's probably here at the school. Honor cords, some of you may not have picked up your honor cords because I still have a lot of cords left. So I don't know if you just didn't pick yours up or if it wasn't in the bag. So just make sure you got your honor cord. Club cords, you need to talk to your advisor to see if you earned a cord. We don't just give them out to just because you said you were in the art club or the Filipino club. Your advisor has to say, yes, this senior gets a honor cord or a club cord. And then gowns that were paid for before May 11th, we have those here. So there, like I said, there's about 9 or 10 kids who still have stuff here. One student, you have a box here that I think contains your announcement. So if you haven't picked that up, you're wasting time to get your announcement sent out before graduation. The things that we cannot control, payments and balances, we don't take payments here. And if you owe a balance on your gown, you need to call National Achiever. If you ordered your gown after May 11th, or if there's something wrong with your gown, like we don't have extra gowns here. If your gown is too big or too small, like pretty much what you see on this list, that's all Mr. Campbell and I can control, tassels and honor cords. Everything else you need to call National Achiever at 425-357-1338. In the time that it takes y'all to email me and ask me for the cap and gown phone number, you could easily look it up on Google. So again, call National Achiever. If your gown is too big or too small, you need to talk to them now so that they can have the gown ready, a replacement for you on June 2nd. Don't wait until June 2nd to call National Achiever. They're bringing stuff here on June 1st. So if you don't contact them before June 1st and they don't know to bring that stuff here, then you won't have it until June 8th. And after June 8th, if your gown is too big or too small, you're just going to have to roll with it because we're not going to have any extra gowns on hand. And typically, like before graduation, they would have the cap and gown people at the site. That's not going to happen this year. You're not going to be able to stroll in and buy a gown out of the van from the guy. It's not possible. Plus, your gowns are customized, so it's unlikely that there will be any extra gowns before the ceremony. Luckily, there's only a handful of people who still need to order a gown, but there are people who have not even placed the order. So if you want to, not having a gown is not going to prevent you from participating in the ceremony, but you will stand out if you don't have a gown on. So one last time, the next pickup is going to be June 2nd from 11 to 1. If you can't make it on June 2nd, Campbell, you can go to the next slide. If you can't make it to the next pickup, you need to let us know way ahead of time so that we can help you plan on how to pick it up. All the cap and gowns will come to the school. It doesn't matter if you put your home address in there or not. If you put that you belong to Cleveland High School, the gown is going to come to Cleveland. Okay, one last time. If you have any issues with your gown, call National Achiever. Next slide, Casey. If you don't know the phone number for National Achiever, here it is one more time. 425-357-1338. Say it again, 425-357-1338. So if your gown does not fit, if your gown is too long or too short, you need to call them before June 1st, For the hats, the hats are going to be a little tricky because they don't come in big or small. They basically, it's like everybody's hat fits one head. A trick for both girls and boys, if you put a headband inside the hat, like if you glue a headband on, it will stay on better than you trying to make it fit with clips and bobby pins. So that's just a little hack. Okay, senior checkout. This is what y'all need, senior checkout. The date for your checkout is going to be Tuesday, June 8th. That is officially your last day of school. You will go to your morning classes, and then from 1 to 3 p.m., you will turn in your laptops, chargers, library books, any sort of classroom books you have. And then we're also going to give you some nice parting gifts. We have gift bags that will be ready for you. You'll get a personalized poster saying you were a senior from Cleveland. It'll have your name on it. You'll get your academic awards and medals. So you definitely want to make sure you come to senior checkout. It'll kind of be like a drive-through event in the parking lot. So yeah, it'll be a fun little celebration day. If you have AP exams, you're obviously going to still need your laptop for that. You can go to the next slide. If you're taking AP exams, you need to turn your laptop in on June 14th. That's the day before graduation. And so that'll be the last thing that you'll get signed off on so you can graduate. So yeah, I'm trying to look at the chat. I'm talking about it while you're typing it in the chat. So yeah, if you're taking AP exams, you have permission to turn your laptop in to the main office on Monday, June 14th between 9 and 2. So that'll be the last little sign off thing for your senior checkout. It's only about 40 students who are taking AP exams, but still important. Okay. Senior fines. We cannot take checks from seniors. That's a district policy rule. So if you owe anything, you need to pay with cash or credit card only. You should try to pay your fines online. There's only so much Ms. Clark can do here. If you owe fines at middle school or at another school, you basically need to go pay those fines at the other school. We can't process those payments here. So if you have a lost library book from middle school, you'll have to take that up with your other school. And then if you need help paying off fines, you need to speak to your counselor and see if they can help you with getting fees waived. So it's possible if you're having trouble or you have a lot of fines, you can see your school counselor. If you have questions about paying the fines, you need to reach out to Ms. Clark. Her email's on the screen. She's going to be getting a lot of emails from students about fines, so just try to make sure you're not, just be patient as she funnels through trying to get back to you, but you should be able to see what you owe on the source, I believe. So yeah, if you're worried about owing a fine or you don't know if you have any fines, you should be able to find that online. Ms. Sully?
Thanks, Ms. Scribner. So students, just as reminders for regarding your grades, a few things needs to be completed in order to graduate. Your high school and beyond plan is due May 31st in Naviance. And there's 3 tasks that students must do in order to complete their high school and beyond plan. And that's the build or update your resume, complete the survey Do What You Are 2.0, and lastly, complete your SPS graduation survey. So that's your high school and beyond plan that's due on the 31st. I noticed that some students have been emailing counselors about to check to see if they've completed it. We will run a report after May 31st to see who's completed it. And once we do that, you'll notice on your transcripts, it will say met if you have completed your high school and beyond plan in Naviance. And then also, after your senior checkout day, which is June 8th, senior teachers will be inputting grades into the source and also Echo with your final grades. And so a few days after that, students should receive a senior checkout form that's signed off with by your counselors to say that you're good to go. Again, this will be sent to your school emails. So make sure that you are on your school's email. And if you're concerned about your grades or meeting credit requirements, please do connect with your counselor. And this is just kind of a preview of if you haven't yet logged into Naviance to complete your high school and beyond plan, this is the steps on how to do it. And this is an example of what your senior checkout form will look like that will be emailed to you after June 8th. And these slides will be sent in email to you after this presentation. So diplomas. At the ceremony, you do get a hard case of a diploma cover. However, your actual diploma isn't ready yet until August. So they will be available in August in the main office for you to pick up when you do pick up your yearbook as well. And so in order to pick up your diploma, your fines will need to be paid off. Also, your fines will need to be paid off to pick up to send your final transcripts as well. And to pay fines, it's going to the source online through Seattle Public Schools and click on School Pay. That's how you pay off your fines. And this link is just a calendar of all things happening senior class of 2021. So, you know, you've graduated and you forget when you're supposed to pick up your diploma. You can check our school website under Senior Class 2021, and it should tell you to go to the main office in August to pick up your diploma. Regarding final transcripts, sorry, I know Mr. Breland answered it in the Q&A as well. So final transcripts can be ordered through Naviance and some of the other college platforms too, if you need your final transcripts sent to your colleges.
Okay, a few housekeeping items. We're almost done. We just have a couple more slides. Yearbooks, I mean, we tried as best we could to get books on time, but designing a yearbook during a pandemic when there's nothing happening at school and we're doing it virtually. Books are not going to be delivered until late July or early August. The same thing happened last year. It's just all the schools are late with their yearbooks, and so everybody is now processing at the same time. So buyers, if you bought a yearbook, they'll be ready for pickup. We'll email you. Last year, they arrived right at the end of July, and then we handed them out the first week of August. That's right around the time your diplomas come in, so we try to package everything together so that you can just make one trip. Academic awards and honors. Typically, we would have a senior breakfast celebrating all of your accomplishments and celebrating your senior class one last time. And obviously, we won't get to do that, but we will still have a recognition video where we will recognize more than 150 honor students out of 220 seniors. There's 150 who made the honor roll. We're going to give out 50 academic leadership and community service awards. All of your medals, if you received an award, they'll be in your gift bag when you pick up when you do senior checkout. So that video will release probably a couple of days before senior checkout, so you'll have a chance to watch and see which one of your classmates picked up some awards. I love the senior awards because the teachers really put a lot of time and effort into picking students who represent academic excellence and academic growth. So it really is a time to celebrate your accomplishments. And then senior shout outs. We've been shouting out seniors on Vantage Point. We'd love to highlight you. Just tell us where you're going to school, what your plans are, what you did at Cleveland. And yeah, it'll just be a quick 30 seconds on screen. We put your picture up with a little information about where you're going to college. So we don't need you to record. We're not going to ask you to be on camera. It's just a way to highlight the seniors in the class. So the to-do list. When you get off this call, and it should be going out right now, you'll get a message on Remind with these links on things to fill out. All seniors are the senior shout out and the future plans. The future plans is actually like graduation information, things that we need to collect from you. Some of the stuff in your goodie bag, we need your sizes. So we definitely need everybody to fill those things out. And then if you are an honor grad, I still am missing about 40 kids who need to fill out that link. All the forms will close on Sunday at midnight or right before midnight so that we can start working on the video. So we're going to need you as soon as we get off this call. I'm going to send out an email that has all of this stuff in it, but we need you to fill out these links. So meeting recap. This is what you need to do. You need to fill out the forms by Sunday. You can go to the next slide. Fill out these forms by Sunday. All the links are going to be sent to you. Senior checkout is June 8th, Tuesday, June 8th. You're going to go to your morning classes, and then we're going to see you in the afternoon at 3. Bring your laptops, bring your chargers. If you are an AP student and you're testing, you can still keep your laptop, but still come to checkout so that we can give you your treats. Graduation rehearsal Tuesday morning or Tuesday noon at the school playfield. And then graduation is June 15th at 8 p.m. Y'all are almost there, just a few more weeks. So graduation is right around the corner. But to answer a couple of questions about the ceremony, we're still working out a few details about what it's going to look like, but we will have photographers there. We just don't know what the setup is going to look like. We don't know if you're walking down the ramp in pairs. We don't know if you're walking in singles, but we will do our very best to document everybody's pictures. I will say this is going to be the first time that we're taking pictures at night, so bear with us as we work through the process. But once we get that information ready, that's why we need you checking your emails, because that's the only way we have to get in touch with you. So just be on the lookout in your emails for the next couple of weeks, and we'll do the best we can to keep you informed. So next slide, that's it. That's the end. Y'all try to make the next 3 weeks count. Y'all, it's the end. This picture of y'all is from freshman orientation. So if y'all remember that day in the gym where Mr. Shin was leading your intro to the school, yeah, this was that freshman orientation. So we are at the time of year where I start digging through my archives and finding old pictures of the graduating class. So y'all don't know where you'll pop up. It could be Instagram, it could be Facebook, but you will pop up. So I think this is probably this might be the last meeting for the senior class. So we'll keep sending out information as we get it, but consider this your official goodbye from our side of the getting stuff done. So hopefully you don't have very many questions moving forward, but if you do, you can always reach out to me or Mr. Campbell, unless it's about caps and gowns. So I'm going to hang on the line for a little bit if anybody has any questions. Mr. Breland? Mr. Breland, were you going to say something?
No, I was just saying that, you guys are my last senior class, so you guys are special. We're going out together. So appreciate y'all. All the love.
I'm trying to look through the chat to see if there's anything I missed. Yes, the valedictorian and salutatorian, we have not announced that, but I will try to get that out to you, the top 10 graduates, but it will be in the honors video. So yeah, maybe we'll just wait to announce it then. Yes, y'all are walking at graduation. Campbell, do you see any questions that we missed?
For graduation, like with pictures with the principal and how you'll be walking out, we're waiting on district guidelines. So once those are finalized, we'll communicate that with you as best as we can. And that's why the rehearsal will be so important, is that's when we will know what we're doing and be able to practice it.
I'm seeing, is it still for guests? Yes, it is still for guests. There is no wavering from that. So that includes small children and babies. So if you show up with 4 adults and a baby, you will be turned away. So please just stick to the 4 people.
Yes, this will be available to rewatch. So once we are done, there will be a recording and we will post that up somewhere. And we will all miss Breland.
Extra tassels, we'll try to have some more at the pickup on June 2nd. So if you're missing your tassel, you can come through on June 2nd. The PTSA hoodie sizes are unisex. You see anything we're missing?
I think we are covering most of the questions coming in.
Yes, there will be tickets for the 4 people. You will probably get those the day of rehearsal. Or possibly senior checkout. That we don't have a full answer to. I don't know if this person is still on here, but you should try your gown on to know if it's too big. So don't wait till the day of the ceremony to try your gown on for the first time.
Graduation will have mask on, yes. Although we are outside in distance, we will have mask on.
I think we're waiting on approval to see if you can lower your mask for your picture, but that has not been approved yet. So we're just waiting on final word from the district.
So when you sit with each other, the chairs will be distanced 6 feet apart. So when you are sitting on the field of seniors, you will be distanced from each other.
Who to ask about diplomas? They won't be in until August. We'll send you an email to let you know when they're ready, and then you can either pick it up at a distribution day for diplomas, and if you can't make that event, they're usually just in the main office. You just need to contact them to let them know that you're coming to pick it up. We don't know if we're walking with partners yet. I suspect we probably won't walk in pairs because of COVID protocol. So you'll probably walk in a single file. I don't have the full answer to that, but again, we'll email the students as soon as we know. An honor card is for students who have a 3.2 GPA or higher. So 3.2 to 3.7 should have got a red and white cord, and then a 3.8 to 4.0 or higher should have got a gold cord. Taking pictures with friends before or after graduation, we're not, if you do that, you probably need to do it at your home because they're gonna kick you out right after the ceremony. So probably best to take pictures before you get to the stadium.
All right, I think we have answered most of the questions. They're starting to dry up now. So yeah, we're waiting on announcements from the district on what this will exactly look like. But your name will be called out individually.
Yeah, that's why we want you to put it in the form, just in case we don't have the opportunity to do it in staging. We want to make sure we have everybody's names on hand for our own purposes. So make sure you fill that out on the form.
Okay, I think this is a good time to end this live event. We will put the recording of this video up so you can rewatch it. I think a lot of the questions that are being asked right now will be answered in this video. We only have 18 people left, so Scribs, I don't know if you want to have a closing statement.
No, I see somebody ask where they can find the awards videos. They'll be on our YouTube channel and we'll email them out as soon as they're ready.
All right, the live event is coming to an end.